The soft bulge around your waistline is not just a sign of aging or a consequence of a slower metabolism. It is a biological alarm bell that most people ignore until it is too late. For those of us entering our golden years, the weight we carry deep inside our abdominal cavity is fundamentally different from the soft fat we can pinch under our skin. This is visceral fat, a hidden and aggressive enemy that wraps itself tightly around your liver, your heart, and your intestines. It is not a passive storage of energy. Science now confirms that visceral fat acts like a toxic internal organ, pumping out inflammatory chemicals and hormones that poison your blood and disrupt your insulin levels. This internal buildup is the primary driver of chronic disease, from type 2 diabetes to cardiovascular decline and even cognitive impairment. If you feel sluggish, if your joints ache without explanation, or if your blood sugar levels are creeping upward despite your best efforts, the culprit is likely this deep-seated abdominal fat. We have been told for decades that losing weight is simply a matter of eating less and moving more. But for the mature body, that advice is woefully incomplete. You cannot simply starve visceral fat away, because it is driven by systemic inflammation and hormonal imbalance. To destroy this internal threat, you must change the chemical environment of your body. You must stop treating your stomach as a bottomless pit and start treating your meals as a sophisticated biological intervention. There are 8 specific foods that hold the power to penetrate this metabolic fortress. These are not fad ingredients or temporary fixes. They are scientifically backed tools designed to repair your insulin sensitivity, cool the fires of inflammation, and force your body to finally release the grip it has on its internal fat stores. Understanding the mechanism of these foods is the difference between a life of declining health and a life of renewed vitality and dignity. We are going to look past the surface level of nutrition and dive into the cellular reality of how these specific nutrients act as a key to unlock your metabolic potential. The danger is real, and the time for passive waiting has passed. Your organs are currently under siege by a substance that is actively working against your longevity. By incorporating these 8 powerhouses into your daily routine, you are not just dieting. You are conducting a targeted strike against the very thing that is trying to steal your future. When we talk about the power of walnuts, we are looking at one of the most sophisticated delivery systems for healthy fats found in nature. For a senior seeking to reclaim their health, walnuts are not just a snack, but a concentrated source of alpha-linolenic acid, which is a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid. The magic of the walnut lies in its ability to communicate directly with your brain and your metabolic system. Research indicates that consuming walnuts regularly can actually change the way your brain perceives hunger and cravings. By stabilizing the neurological pathways that govern appetite, walnuts help eliminate the frantic urge to overeat processed carbohydrates, which are the primary fuel source for visceral fat. More importantly, these nuts are packed with unique polyphenols that specifically target inflammation within the liver. When your liver is inflamed, it becomes a factory for visceral fat, storing lipids in the most dangerous places possible. The compounds in walnuts act as a cooling agent, reducing this hepatic stress and allowing the liver to process fats more efficiently. This shift is crucial because it moves the body away from a fat storage state and into a fat burning state. Furthermore, walnuts support the health of your gut microbiome. As we age, the diversity of our gut bacteria tends to decline, leading to a leaky gut and increased systemic inflammation. The fiber and fats in walnuts provide a rich fuel source for beneficial bacteria that produce short-chain fatty acids. These acids travel through your bloodstream and signal your fat cells to stop expanding. By eating a handful of walnuts every day, you are essentially providing your body with the raw materials it needs to repair its broken hunger signals and soothe the internal irritation that keeps your belly fat locked in place. It is a simple addition with profound biological consequences, providing a foundation of stability for every other nutritional choice you make throughout the day. This is about giving your body the high-quality fuel it deserves to maintain its structural and metabolic integrity well into your 70s and 80s. You are choosing to feed your cells the exact information they need to stop hoarding energy and start protecting your internal organs from the corrosive effects of excessive storage. One of the most misunderstood tools in our nutritional arsenal is high-quality dark chocolate, specifically varieties containing 85% cacao or higher. Most people associate chocolate with indulgence and weight gain, but true dark chocolate is a potent metabolic medicine. The secret lies in the flavonoids, which are powerful plant compounds that have a direct impact on how your cells respond to insulin. As we age, our cells often become deaf to the signals of insulin, a condition known as insulin resistance. When this happens, your body has no choice but to store excess sugar as visceral fat around your organs. Dark chocolate acts as a tuning fork for your cells, sensitizing them to insulin once again. This means that instead of your blood sugar being diverted into fat storage, it can be used effectively by your muscles and brain for energy. Furthermore, the bitterness of high-percentage dark chocolate is a biological signal that helps suppress the hormone ghrelin, which is responsible for making you feel hungry. By enjoying a small portion of dark chocolate, you are effectively telling your hormonal system that you are satisfied, preventing the late-night snacking that often leads to abdominal weight gain. There is also a significant cardiovascular benefit that cannot be ignored. The compounds in cacao help relax the blood vessels and improve circulation, which is vital for moving oxygen and nutrients to the tissues that need them most. This improved blood flow also helps the body mobilize stored fat more effectively. When your circulation is poor, your body tends to hold on to fat deposits because it lacks the metabolic transport systems to move them out. By incorporating dark chocolate, you are not just treating your palate, you are providing a concentrated dose of antioxidants that protect your heart and force your metabolism to function with youthful efficiency. It is a sophisticated way to manage your sweet tooth while simultaneously dismantling the biological mechanisms that allow visceral fat to thrive. This approach allows you to maintain the joy of eating while strictly adhering to a protocol that prioritizes your longevity. It is about intelligence rather than deprivation, ensuring that every bite you take is working to restore your health rather than detract from it. When we look at the role of fatty fish in the fight against visceral fat, we are looking at the ultimate anti-inflammatory powerhouse. Varieties such as salmon, mackerel, sardines, and anchovies are loaded with long-chain omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA. These are not just calories. They are powerful signaling molecules that tell your body to turn down the heat on internal inflammation. Chronic inflammation is the soil in which visceral fat grows. When your internal environment is inflamed, your body enters a defensive posture, holding on to every ounce of fat it can find to protect itself from perceived stress. By consuming fatty fish at least 3 times a week, you are flooding your system with the materials needed to resolve this inflammation. The omega-3s work by inhibiting the production of substances that cause swelling and cellular damage. This is particularly important for the elderly, whose bodies naturally produce more inflammatory markers. When you lower the systemic inflammation, the biological locks on your visceral fat begin to loosen. Your liver, which often becomes clogged with fat in a state of metabolic dysfunction, starts to clear out its stores. This process is essential for restoring your metabolic flexibility, which is the ability of your body to switch between burning sugar and burning fat. Beyond just reducing inflammation, the protein content in fatty fish is superior for maintaining lean muscle mass as we age. Sarcopenia, or age-related muscle loss, is a major contributor to fat gain because muscle is the primary engine that burns calories. By providing your body with high-quality, easily digestible protein alongside healthy fats, you are supporting your physical structure while simultaneously dismantling your fat stores. It is a dual-action approach that preserves your strength and dignity. Furthermore, these healthy fats improve the integrity of your cell membranes. When your cell membranes are healthy and fluid, they can communicate more effectively with hormones like leptin, which tells your brain when you are full. In a body burdened by visceral fat, this communication is often broken, leading to a cycle of constant hunger and fat accumulation. Fatty fish repairs this broken line of communication, allowing you to regain control over your appetite and your health. This is a foundational step in ensuring that your internal organs are no longer suffocated by layers of inflammatory tissue, allowing them to function as they were meant to in your prime. Broccoli sprouts represent a breakthrough in nutritional science that many people overlook in favor of the fully grown vegetable. While adult broccoli is healthy, the sprouts contain up to 100 times the concentration of a compound called glucoraphanin. When you chew these sprouts, this compound converts into sulforaphane, a substance that is currently being studied for its incredible ability to switch off the genes that promote obesity and fat storage. Sulforaphane is a potent activator of the NRF2 pathway, which is essentially your body's master switch for antioxidant production and detoxification. For the elderly, whose natural detoxification systems may be slowing down, broccoli sprouts provide a much-needed boost. Visceral fat is often a repository for fat-soluble toxins that the body cannot safely process. By activating your internal detoxification pathways, sulforaphane helps the body break down these fat cells and release the trapped toxins safely. This cellular cleansing is vital because it addresses the root cause of why the body is holding on to fat in the first place. It is not just about energy balance, it is about biological safety and cellular health. Moreover, sulforaphane has been shown to improve the health of the mitochondria, the power plants within your cells. As we age, our mitochondria often become sluggish, leading to lower energy levels and a slower rate of fat oxidation. By rejuvenating these tiny power plants, broccoli sprouts help your body burn fat more efficiently, even while you are resting. This is especially important for targeting the stubborn fat wrapped around your organs, which is notoriously difficult to mobilize through exercise alone. The inclusion of broccoli sprouts in your daily diet is a strategic move to reprogram your biology from the inside out. They are easy to add to salads or smoothies, and their impact is far-reaching. They represent the cutting edge of what we call functional medicine, where food is used as a targeted intervention to correct specific metabolic errors. By utilizing the power of sulforaphane, you are giving your body a sophisticated tool to fight back against the creeping tide of visceral fat, ensuring that your internal systems remain clean, efficient, and resilient against the stresses of aging. Blueberries and chia seeds form a powerful duo when it comes to mastering glycemic control, which is the most important factor in preventing the accumulation of visceral fat. Every time your blood sugar spikes, your body releases a surge of insulin. Insulin is a fat storage hormone, and its primary target for storage is the abdominal cavity. By choosing foods that stabilize your blood sugar, you are effectively cutting off the supply line to your visceral fat. Blueberries are unique because they are packed with anthocyanins, the pigments that give them their dark color. These compounds have been shown to slow down the digestion of starches and improve the uptake of glucose into the muscles rather than the fat cells. This means that even if you consume carbohydrates, the polyphenols in blueberries help ensure that the energy is used for movement and repair rather than being tucked away around your liver. On the other hand, chia seeds provide a structural solution to blood sugar management. When chia seeds are consumed, they form a gel-like substance in your stomach due to their high soluble fiber content. This gel acts as a physical barrier that slows the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream. This slow and steady release of energy prevents the insulin spikes that are so damaging to the elderly metabolism. Furthermore, chia seeds are one of the richest plant-based sources of omega-3 fatty acids and minerals like magnesium, which is essential for over 300 biochemical reactions in the body, including those that regulate fat metabolism. Many seniors are chronically deficient in magnesium, which makes it nearly impossible to lose visceral fat. By combining the antioxidant power of blueberries with the fiber and mineral density of chia seeds, you are creating a metabolic shield. This combination provides a sense of fullness that lasts for hours, preventing the blood sugar crashes that lead to irritability and poor food choices. It is a way of eating that honors your body's need for stability and long-term health. Instead of the roller coaster of energy levels that many people accept as a normal part of aging, you are providing your system with a consistent, reliable source of fuel. This stability is exactly what your body needs to feel safe enough to begin burning off its emergency stores of visceral fat, leading to a leaner waistline and a much healthier internal environment. In the pursuit of a lean and healthy internal environment, we must turn our attention to the foundational role of extra virgin olive oil and Greek yogurt. These are not merely ingredients, but biological signals that tell your body it is safe to burn fat. Extra virgin olive oil is often referred to as liquid gold because of its high concentration of oleic acid and polyphenols like oleocanthal. These compounds are specifically effective at reducing the inflammation that plagues the visceral cavity. For the elderly, whose cell membranes may become rigid and unresponsive, the monounsaturated fats in olive oil restore fluidity. This allows your cells to hear the metabolic commands of your hormones once again. When you consume high-quality olive oil daily, you are activating a protein called PPAR-alpha, which acts as a master regulator of fat burning in the liver. This is the exact mechanism needed to clear out the dangerous fat that accumulates around your vital organs. Instead of being stored, fat is mobilized and used for energy. This process is essential for maintaining a high metabolic rate, even as physical activity might naturally decrease with age. It is a way of ensuring that your internal furnace stays lit, protecting you from the slow accumulation of abdominal weight that so often leads to metabolic decline. Complementing this is the power of authentic Greek yogurt. Unlike standard yogurt, the Greek variety is strained to remove excess sugar and liquid whey, resulting in a dense source of high-quality protein and probiotics. Protein is the most thermic macronutrient, meaning your body burns more energy just trying to digest it than it does for fats or carbohydrates. For a senior, maintaining muscle mass is the primary defense against visceral fat. The amino acids in Greek yogurt provide the building blocks for this muscle, while the probiotics work to repair the gut lining. A healthy gut is a prerequisite for a flat stomach. When your gut microbiome is out of balance, it produces lipopolysaccharides, which are inflammatory toxins that leak into your bloodstream and trigger the expansion of visceral fat. The beneficial bacteria in Greek yogurt crowd out these harmful microbes, cooling systemic inflammation and improving your body's ability to manage its weight. By combining the healthy fats of olive oil with the protein and probiotics of Greek yogurt, you are creating a metabolic environment that is hostile to fat storage and welcoming to vitality. This is how you reclaim your physical dignity and ensure that your body remains a resilient vessel for your spirit. We have explored the specific biological keys to unlocking your metabolic health, but the final step is integrating these 8 foods into a coherent daily blueprint. This is about more than just a list of ingredients. It is about a commitment to your future self. For many of us, the weight we carry is a physical manifestation of years of metabolic stress and nutritional misinformation. But science shows that the body is remarkably resilient. Even in our later decades, we can reprogram our internal systems to prioritize health over storage. The journey to destroying visceral fat is a journey toward clarity, energy, and a significantly reduced risk of chronic illness. Imagine your body as a high-performance engine that has been running on the wrong fuel for too long. By introducing walnuts, dark chocolate, fatty fish, broccoli sprouts, blueberries, chia seeds, olive oil, and Greek yogurt, you are finally giving that engine exactly what it needs to clean itself out. You will begin to notice the changes not just in the mirror, but in how you feel when you wake up in the morning. The brain fog begins to lift as the inflammation in your brain recedes. The nagging aches in your joints start to fade as the systemic fire is extinguished. Your energy levels become steady and reliable, no longer dictated by the highs and lows of blood sugar spikes. This is the power of a science-backed approach to nutrition. It is not about deprivation or the misery of counting every calorie. It is about the abundance of high-quality, flavorful foods that serve a specific purpose in your biological restoration. You are taking control of your health destiny. You are choosing to be an active participant in your aging process, rather than a passive observer of decline. This is the wisdom of the elderly, who have learned that health is the ultimate form of wealth. As you move forward, remember that consistency is your greatest ally. These foods work through cumulative effect, slowly but surely dismantling the structures of visceral fat that have built up over time. Every meal is an opportunity to send a message of health to your cells. Every bite is a choice between inflammation and restoration. Choose restoration. Choose the foods that protect your heart, your liver, and your mind. By following this path, you are ensuring that your golden years are defined by strength, independence, and the vibrant health that you deserve. This is your blueprint for a life lived with purpose and vitality, free from the burden of the silent killer within.